Most people think going to college at 50 is a challenge, but what they don't see is that I'm fighting two different battles. One from my desk, and one in a room full of people that are basically children. So let me compare the two different styles of learning. I used to think that remote learning was the easy way out. I was wrong. The downside of having coffee on tap and the bathroom a few feet away is that distractions are endless. This is a different kind of grind, and it's a lot lonelier. When it comes to doing remote classes, there are a lot of perks. I don't really have to worry about getting dressed too much other than what they see on camera. The coffee is flowing at any point, and bathroom breaks are right there whenever I need it. But there are a lot of negatives that go with the remote classes. You don't build that same kind of rapport with any classmates. It's very easy to get distracted, go down internet rabbit holes, and just completely tune out. And I find myself going like, wait, what was my professor just talking about? It's really easy to kind of lose focus because of the other distractions that can be going on in my environment. As far as in-person learning goes, once I got past the initial shock of how young some of these girls actually were, these were not, 25 to 30-year-old girls. These were, 18, 19-year-old girls that many of them were just in high school 4 months ago. There's a couple of mixes in there. There's some late 20 people. There's somebody in their 30s. There's one girl in her 40s. So you do have a mix. There are some people. We've had a few people drop out as well. But for the most part, the kids in there, I like to call them, they're just absolute kids. So, that once you get over that initial shock there, I actually really enjoy the in-person a lot more than I thought I would. Number one, I enjoy the hands-on experience more, especially with doing labs and things like that. You couldn't really do that remote anyways. But I also really just enjoy the atmosphere of like being there at school. It allows me to focus a lot more because it puts me in that mindset of I'm actually here at school studying and everything. So I'm also really fortunate the school I'm going to, the Health and Life Sciences building, was just built 4 years ago. It's very, very modern, brand new, all new equipment inside of there, really great study areas all throughout there. And we even have a Chick-fil-A that's built inside of, the lobby downstairs. It's only open from breakfast to lunch. I think it closes around 2 or 3 o'clock, maybe around 3 or 4. It's not open very late into the evening, but if you want to get a quick bite to eat, it's there. Although I don't understand why they have 8 nuggets and 30 nuggets, but not 12 like every other Chick-fil-A. It's a little bizarre. But it's nice to have that there, and I actually really do enjoy the atmosphere and the vibe of just having energy around me. And there's people around, there's people over together studying in different areas, and I really actually enjoy that. I enjoy it. It feels much more like the actual college experience to me, even though it's community college, nobody's dorming or anything like that. But yeah, I'm actually really enjoying that. I'm also enjoying the fact that this older guy is absolutely destroying these guys in the tech side of things. I'm much more tech savvy than they are. And I realize that not everybody my age is actually very tech savvy. Quite a few are not, but I feel like I'm very far ahead of those kids in that kind of aspect. So I really enjoy the in-person experience. I'm not sure I want to do all my classes that way just because it does make juggling my time a little harder, but I am enjoying the one class that I go to, and I do feel like I absorb a lot more in the class itself when I'm actually physically present. So I do have a bit of a creator's challenge when I'm filming at school. Number one, it is a little bit awkward and feels a little weird walking around with a camera and filming on campus. Now granted, right now I've been using the DJI Pocket 3, so it's pretty easy to hide. People don't really see it too much. It's a very small camera, but I'm not gonna sit out there and vlog and talk on it. I actually probably will at some point, but right now it does feel a little awkward. These are people I'm gonna run into and see. These aren't just random people out in the public. Some of these might be classmates, and you might get a lot of questions, and I need to just get over that hump. But it does feel a little weird to do. Also, I'm also trying to be cognizant of the fact that this is, a learning institution. I don't want to interrupt with that. and I want to respect people's privacy as well. So for the most part, I'm not going to do any recording inside my classes. If I do, it'll be very close up, that kind of stuff, if my teacher allows it or if I can hide it. But I want to make sure that I'm not getting any of my classmates in the actual videos themselves. Now, if they're out walking in the hallways, they're walking outside, it is what it is. But, I'm trying to be just aware of people's privacy. Some blunt advice for anybody that's thinking about going to school later in life, or even if you're younger and you're just deciding, whether you want to do the remote thing, whether you want to do in person. I especially think if you're younger, in person is going to be great just because you can build those connections physically with people. If you're older, you might not have those opportunities to do that, but remote learning will teach you how to get the work done. It absolutely will. But if you actually want to feel, alive, you might have to put some pants on and get out there. Don't be afraid to try both, actually. You might just find out that the toughest grind is the one that's actually worth it. You might end up finding out that you actually enjoy that. So you might want to try both if you're thinking about going. It turns out for me that I actually enjoy the in-person ones a lot more. I actually do enjoy my English class, remote English class, but that's also because I like the professor. I would actually probably enjoy it more if it were in person. So I might reevaluate on the next semester and see where I'm going to go from there. So the unexpected reward here is that I went into this whole thing thinking online classes were the way to go. I was wrong. The biggest lesson I've learned isn't in a textbook. It's in realizing how much more rewarding it is to, separate the screen from the work. So if you're out there, give a real class a try. You might be surprised. Thanks for tuning in again, guys. As you can see, it's getting dark outside. I still have more studying to do. I've got algebra exam I've got to study for, and I've got another biology exam coming up on this next Monday. They are, this one is less than 2 weeks apart from the last one, so I've got to get out there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later.